obviously. But also New England, and honestly, you can't miss Jim Biggie Smalls here because, well, Jim, I'm not gonna lie, dude. You got a nice top there. Nice and red. Is that healthy color? Got yellow though? Are we sure?
Yellow. Come on.
Your shirt. I mean, we're healthy. We're good.
We're good.
Yeah. Did you remember to put your sleep pat machine on tonight? Are you gonna do that? All right. That's good. That's good. All right. So we're gonna interview our very own native Jim Biggie Smalls.
You gotta listen to this song. Everybody like this song? Day in my life. Some days people just suck, but I got my mind made up. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. Alrighty, thank you for that intro. That was great. And I know you all sitting there, you're looking at me, and you're saying, "That shirt, really?" I said, "What? You don't like yellow?" I don't know. I could have worn this to the function, you know, but I didn't. I chose not to. So I've just got a new job. I'm now the spokesman for not drinking in order to Timu. Hence thus the shirt. I saw a big top. Oh, Rick, I need one of those. And this is what I got in the mail. Telling you, it wasn't good. So let me just tell you, don't do it. You get some very surprising stuff. I got 5 of them. They're all different. So next time you guys come out and check me out, probably be a different pot. So it's great to be here tonight. Cranston, home of the big hair. Here we go, we got another one. Home of the no hair. See a bunch of those. So let me just tell you, I started in comedy for a reason. I decided I was going to retire. And my wife says, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to do stand-up." She laughed, and right there was the sign. That's it. It was it all Megan. So, let me just tell you, any guy here have a son come home and say they like tits? It's like the proudest moment. You have something to discuss. Right? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is great. He loves tits. So I said, you know, I like them too. I like lunch, dinner. You can do brunch on Sunday with them. That's great. I might even stop on the way home. You know, the Tavern in the Square. Who else likes going there? Anybody else like going to Tavern in the Square? There you go. You guys all like tits. I'm telling you, it's great. So as you can see, I'm a little fat, which used to be a problem when I was younger. But then I just realized I was spelling it the wrong way. I'm fat with the P-H-A-T. You know, physically hot and tempting. That is me. Let me just tell you, no lies. So, I was standing in front of the mirror. All right, you guys can't sue me for this. I was naked. Sorry for the thoughts in the back of your head now. And I said, you know, people keep saying I should diet. I don't know, what do you think? Should I?
No.
No, that's what I said. They said if you diet, you'll look younger. I said, I don't think so. I think this gray makes me look kind of manly here, so I'm going to keep the gray and there's going to be no diet. Let me just tell you that. So we were talking about my son. So I went with him to go buy a car. And the car dealer's like, you want gap insurance? And I'm like, yeah, you do, to cover the difference, right? He goes, Dad, I do not shop at the Gap. Why do I need that insurance? What are you gonna do? Kid turns, old enough to get off my insurance. Yay, excited. Helping him fill out the forms. He says, what's this beneficiary thing? Who's gonna get that? So my wife says, just put down 50-50. And he goes, yeah, but what am I getting out of this? I'm like, hello, you're not even around anymore. I'm telling you, kids don't understand what's going on. So I heard a lot of great people, a lot of great couples been out there married for quite a long time. I got you beat, 34 years. Yep. 34 years. Well, let me explain the story. A couple of days before we got married, her maid of honor said to her, he's not the guy for you. He's a bear guzzling, sports watching, couch potato. Well, I proved her wrong. I drink Captain Morgan. So, like I said, I've been married 34 years. We've been doing it the same way for 34 years. So I said, let's try and spice it up. I said, we're going to try doing it backwards. She goes, Jimmy, I don't think I'm going to like that. I'm like, you won't know until we try. So she said, okay. So we start. We're going up, we're going down, we're going up. Let me tell you, when you do it backwards, you see things you've never seen before. Some things you don't want to ever see again. So I whisper in her ear and I said, how do you like it? She goes, Jimmy, I don't think I'm liking this. So I said, well, let's just plow through. We'll finish what we're doing, and then we'll talk about it. So we finish up. And I said to her, honey, how was it? She goes, Jimmy, the next time we go grocery shopping, we're going to do it the same exact way we've been doing it for the last 34 years. So I work in the customer service industry. Well, customers are always right. Customers are also crazy. So I was working with this customer. We were having this conversation back and forth, and she says to me, are you married? So not to disappoint her and not to get stabbed in the parking lot later, I said to her, sorry to say, I'm married. She's like, oh, that's too bad. Nice. She leaves. I said, I'm going to go home and tell my wife this. She's going to be so jealous, it's not even funny. So I tell her the whole story. You know what she focused on? Sorry to say. Sorry to say. It's going to say sorry to say on your gravestone. So we were going on a trip. And she said, let's go to Victoria's Secret. So I want to get something nice for the trip. Well, first of all, fat guy standing outside of Victoria's Secret is kind of creepy. Fat guy in Victoria's Secret, even more creepy. And then she says to me, Jim, go over and feel this underwear. It's so soft. So, the voice in your head's going, don't do it. Don't do it. The voice I heard, excuse me, sir, can you take those off your head and stop playing pirate? That's the kind of stuff we got going on there. But we had another problem in the bedroom. But I found this ad. It says, brings tools back to life again. They look new. Great. I said, it lubricates, how do I put this nicely? Dry crevices. So, I said, okay. And it says, makes screwing easier. So I tell my wife, I said, I think this will help us. So she says, well, go out and get some. So I went to the hardware store, bought a can of WD-40, took it home, and I said, hon, we still have that squeaking in the bed, every time we make love. She goes, Jimmy, that's you rolling over on the dog's toy. No other issues there. I'm like, oh, all right, well, at least I fixed the door from squeaking when I opened it. So, what else do I got for you guys? I'm telling you, times are getting tough. Let me tell you about times. Had to take another second job. So, I decided I was going to sign up for Uber Eats, but my ratings were terrible. I thought all these people were buying me free food. I just had to go back and pick it up. I don't understand the thing. So, then I went to join up my Olmans fan. Well, who has an Olmans fan? Anybody? Well, I got one. The name of it is so true. I was my only fan. So, but then I just got a new job working Wednesday nights down at the old male strip club. It's hump night. That's when they bring in people with dad bods. You know, for the women that are tired of looking at the old six-pack abs and they want the actual keg. Well, that's what I ended up doing. So now I'm actually working only dads. Hopefully that'll make me some more money. But let me just tell you one other thing before I go. Anybody have an awkward conversation with an elderly person here? Anybody? Come on. There we go. See, we've all had them. Well, mine happened the other day. Got in the elevator. I said to this little white-haired old lady going down. You know what she said to me? I used to. Well, what do you say to that? This is what I said. Mom, you told me that story last time. You need to stop telling me that story every time you get in the elevator. So I'm going to hand this back over to Naomi. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for coming out.